Most of us spend time trying to be friends to other people, right? We focus on other people's wants, desires, and needs, but we don't focus on our own. And we haven't figured out how to develop the friendship with ourselves. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the second thing that you want to do in developing that friendship with yourself. The previous video, I talked about how to spend time with yourself and how to really dictate that time and how to schedule that time and what to do in that time. But in today's video, we're actually going to focus on how to identify how you actually treat yourself. Let's go. Hey there, friends. Ashley Berges here today, and today we're going to continue that conversation on having that friendship with yourself, how to do it. In that previous video, we talked about scheduling and how to really spend that quality time. And in this video, we're going to identify how we actually treat ourselves and how to do that. So the first thing that we want to recognize is, what are we doing to better our life? How do we take care of ourselves? You know, are you getting enough sleep? Are you taking care of your personal hygiene, right? Are you taking care of your body and getting some exercise? Do you actually make food for yourself and make sure that you're not starving or hungry, right? All these things are extremely important, and most of these things are completely overlooked. Okay, so this is the first indication that we might not be treating ourselves with any respect. Okay, if I'm waking up and I'm not taking care of myself, if I'm not eating properly, if I'm letting myself starve, if I'm not working out at all, if I'm overeating or over drinking, all these different things, I'm not really taking care of myself or treating myself properly. So think about it. How do we treat ourselves? Just like we deal with the friendship, right? Where we're in a friendship with someone else, and the way that they treat us, right, kind of tells us how they really feel about us, right? Because words are one thing and actions are another, right? Same thing applies in our own relationship with ourselves. We might tell ourselves, I'm going to do this tomorrow, or I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow, or I'm not going to wait until dinner to eat tomorrow, and I'm not going to starve and have a massive headache, but you might not ever do it. Okay, so the way that we think about things is important, and we'll talk about that later. But our actions are extremely important because our actions actually show us how we care about ourselves. Okay, so the things that we do, the things we don't do. Okay, and so think about that. And maybe journaling right now would be a good thing for you, right? What are some things that I'm doing in my life that need to change? What are some things that I'm doing in my life and I'm doing to myself that's not really showing myself respect? Okay, maybe you're in toxic relationships or toxic relationship. Maybe it's a mentally abusive relationship. Is that showing yourself respect? You know, maybe you're being influenced by something you don't need to be influenced by, and you really need to change that, but you feel codependent in the situation, and so you stay in it. So you need to think about, how am I treating myself? Because we're treating ourselves a certain way by what we do and what we don't do, okay? And so this is some powerful stuff to think about, because the way that other people treat us matters. So why doesn't the way we treat ourselves matter, right? And so I'm not talking about putting yourself on a pedestal and being this princess or this king, but I'm saying I want you to begin to say, what can I do to make myself mentally, emotionally, and physically better? And what action am I taking today to do that? And what action am I taking every day to do that? And how important is that on my list of things to do? It should be very important. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be at the highest level to take care of anything else. So you need to focus on that. And I want you to make a decision just right now. What is one thing you can do this week? One thing that you can do to show yourself more respect. And the first thing I started doing when I went through this process is I began to actually make a meal for myself, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I would cook something in the morning and eat before work. I would bring something with me at lunch, and then I would cook dinner for myself, because I was one of those people that I would get so far down the road during the day that I would be like starving, and then I didn't want to eat fast food or whatever. I felt bad about it. And I would just push myself to feeling exhausted and feeling worn down. And allowing yourself to feel that way when you could easily have made something to eat shows yourself that you really don't care. Okay, so think about, take one thing, whether it's, okay, I'm going to stop putting myself around this particular person in my life because they make me feel bad about myself. Or I'm going to stop interacting with this person because they always put me down and they don't make me feel good. Or instead, I'm going to take care of myself physically. Or instead of talking about going to the gym, I'm actually going to go start at the gym. I'm not going to kill myself in the gym. I'm going to start slowly and steady, because over time, if I can just do this, I'll get into a good rhythm and habit. After 3 weeks, right? We talk about habits, positive habits. So these are things that I want you to think about, making one small change in your life today and actually doing it every day, creating a really positive habit to show yourself that you care. I hope this video has helped you. In the next video, we'll be talking about how to identify how you think about yourself and how that can lead you to a better friendship and connection with yourself. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And in the comments section below, if you've done something to change the way you treat yourself that went a long way to being a better friend to yourself, please put that in that comment section. Remember, we're a village, takes a village. Everybody learns from one another. I want you to live your true life, so don't forget to live your true life.